are you scared to get pregnant again with all the what ifs?
That was the question I wanted to answer.
What was the hardest thing about getting married young?
It wasn't hard. It's still so fun that we have that history together. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, I'm like, how cool is that I'm married to my high school sweetheart? Best thing to bring on the plane to entertain toddlers? Probably just your phone. Honestly, why don't you have a dog?
Talking about getting a dog, you get like the most aggressive opinions. 80% of the feedback is like, absolutely do not get a dog. It will ruin your life.
Welcome back to Unplanned. We are your hosts, Matt and Abby. And check it out.
We have a new studio.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's really a work in progress. Clearly,
Yes.
It's not all set up, but this is what we have for you this week. So stay tuned to see how it evolves. I'm really excited for some of the changes that are happening. Also, just personally, it's really nice because the studio is actually located in our own home, which is very time effective for us because we were driving like 45 minutes to an hour to and from the studio, and so on filming days it was like a little tricky. And now we just go downstairs.
And it might be confusing because a lot of you thought that we recorded in our living room. We did. For the first like year and a half, we recorded in our living room. But now that we've been doing this a while, we started like realizing, wow, it's like hundreds of hours of time to like set up and tear down lights, mics, cameras.
And above that, like above all else, it's also hard to just like clear out our living room when we have children. Like,
yeah, our kids would be like knocking over expensive cameras and microphones.
And they would want to come in when we were filming all the time.
But that'll probably be a problem again.
It's not in a common space though, so I feel like they're less likely to come in. And they're very occupied. They're hanging out with their grandma, so.
Yes. Anyway, we have asked you guys once again on our podcast Instagram. If you haven't followed us, the Unplanned Podcast on Instagram, go check us out. Go follow us. Stay up to date with everything going on with the pod. The episode we did recently answering your questions, you guys seem to really like it. So there were a lot of questions we didn't get to, and we wanted to further that discussion. So first question that we have is, are you still going to get a bigger car soon?
So you might have seen, if you follow our YouTube channel, we made a YouTube video of us shopping for a 3-row, is that what's called, like a 3-row vehicle?
3-row vehicle.
Because when we were going to have a third baby, like when we were pregnant, we did need a bigger vehicle to get our whole family around.
Yeah.
And that conversation has kind of like been put on pause.
Yeah.
Since everything, I mean, we've been talking about it more and more, and like you were really sweet and we're like, let's still get the car because we're gonna do it. And like, I'm having a hard time. We're not even in the heavy questions. Like, why am I like this? But this is just how I am.
Awesome.
Like, it's like when you set up the cameras and the lights, like that's when I feel like, oh my gosh, the emotions are like closer to the surface. But I am less teary nowadays, just so you know that. It's hard for me to make... Wait, what were you going to say?
I was just saying we should just freaking get the car. I feel like it'd make you happy.
Yeah, I do think it'd be happy. It would make... I think part of me, that makes me feel happy and hopeful, but the other part of me is having such a hard time making plans for the future.
Yeah.
And so it's like getting the car right now just feels so like frivolous because it's like it's not a need right now.
Yeah.
And it's not a need even in the near future, so it just feels frivolous. And so that's just kind of like what I wrestle with every single day of like, this gives me hope and excitement and joy, but also I'm having hard times making decisions.
There's so many families though that have 2 kids and upgrade to a 3-row vehicle. I can name so many of our friends that have done that and they only have 2 kids. They don't have 3 kids. Like, do we even have many friends with 3 kids? I don't think so. Like, most of our friends just have 1 or 2.
Yeah, and a lot of them have 3-row vehicles, so...
Yeah, so it's a very common thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with upgrading now, especially...
It just feels less exciting.
And that's okay.
So maybe we'll wait. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We know what we're going to get, so we landed on a decision. But, which, if you watch that video, you'll probably see what that decision was. So I do know that it'll happen down the line, but, like, right now... It's not something I'm like super eager to do.
How do you get your boys to eat? My little dude is so picky. Honestly, you guys, we just bribe them. We just tell them, hey, if you eat your dinner, you get dessert. If you don't eat your dinner, no dessert. It's kind of what it is. You know, you gotta have a reward for finishing the food, and we're not even giving him that much food. Like
We
sometimes
don't
it's
even
so
give
hard.
them huge portions.
No.
And we also only fix them things I'm like, you have eaten this before. We know you like this. Or it's
Yeah.
like 1 degree off from something you've eaten in the past.
And you got to make sure too that you're not giving them too many like snacks or candy before dinner time, because sometimes it's like, why are they not eating? It's like, oh, they had two juice
Well, the problem is sometimes they eat a
baskets and
really
pretzels.
late lunch because of their naps.
Oh, yeah.
And so then I'm like, they really might not be that hungry for dinner. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of negotiations happening in our household around mealtime. I also just think that we serve them things that we know that they like.
Yeah.
So when they're not eating, it's like, okay, they're either not hungry or they're just trying to get out of eating.
Yeah.
And we always just try to tell them the importance of eating. We're like, it is so good for your body. You have to feed your muscles. This is how you grow. Like, we have a lot of conversations about that. And we also give them other options. Like, if they don't want to eat that, we'll give them another option. Like, we literally are bending over backwards for them. It's not like we're like being all tough, being like, you have to eat this or else you don't get dessert.
I want to read the next question so bad.
What?
It says, new boy mom here. What are your sons into? Our sons are into Star Wars right now so hard, and not just Star Wars in general, like Darth Vader. I don't know what it is. Our 2-year-old nonstop says like, I want to see Darth Vader, Dad. Darth Vader. Like he just repeats Darth Vader all the time.
And Stormtrooper.
And we were just in Disneyland and we bought actual lightsabers. Can I show them my lightsabers? Should I go get it? I bought a legit one.
I think they know what a lightsaber looks like.
Let me go get it real quick.
Okay, well, Matt's getting that. I do actually want to brag on him a little bit. A sweet friend of ours brought dinner to us the other night after we had a travel day coming back from Disney. And when she pulled up to our house, it was literally Matt with this lightsaber having a full-on duel. I was in the bathtub. I was surely checked out for the night, and Matt was like dueling with our kids.
I feel like I need to turn the lights off temporarily.
Oh, my...
Just look at this, guys.
This is so
sick.
off the rails right now.
This is so sick. Wait. 1 second. Here we go. Ready for this? Oh, yeah, baby.
Yes, we are all very impressed by your lightsaber, Matt. No, I think it's really sweet how you guys all get so into it. But our friend showed up with dinner, and Matt is in the backyard. I'm not answering the door because I'm in the bathtub. I'm surely checked out for the night. And Matt is like full on dueling our kids. And she said it was a really sweet scene to see. Like, you're such a hands-on dad. You like
It's a lot of
literally
fun.
play so hard with them.
I said this to Abby last night. It's kind of like I'm the fraternity president and they're the pledges. And I'm like...
I don't know if that's a good comparison to make, though, because
No.
don't they like... abuse pledges?
Yeah, you're right. That's actually a horrible comparison.
like-
They're like, I'm the president of the fraternity, and they're the upperclassmen, and we just get to plan together. No, what am I saying? They're the presidents. They tell me what to do. They're like, Dad,
Yeah, I'm like, they're the ones in charge around here.
They're like, I want to go in the pool. I want to go on a
you're
bike
like, yes,
ride.
sir, yes, sir.
Yes, I'm the pledge. I do whatever they want.
That's right. You are the pledge. And you
Yeah.
do also get abused by them.
I do. They hit me over the head with lightsabers. We've had to make it a rule, no headshots with the lightsabers. So if you have boys, our kids are very much into Star Wars
Their
right now.
interest right now, it's not just Star Wars, though.
And
they
the
also
Avengers.
love
Yeah.
superheroes, specifically
Hulk.
Spider-Man and Hulk, and
Yeah.
also kind of Iron Man.
And Thor. Thor recently has gotten popular.
Griffin really is more classic. He likes just like Mickey Mouse, Chip and Dale.
Chicken Dales. I meant to say Chicken Dales. Our 3-year-old.
No, Chip and Dale.
Our 3-year-old thinks that Chip and Dale are the Chickendales. He calls them the Chickendales. And I'm like,
no, he
Griffin,
says Chickendale, and then he's usually like, "There's another Chickendale." Like he's always surprised that there's 2 of them.
it's hilarious.
We need to point out their noses to them.
I've tried to explain it to him so many times,
That's
and it
the
doesn't work.
difference. Chip has a brown nose, like a chocolate chip, and
What is black?
Dale,
Isn't it a black nose? Black and red?
I think it's dark brown.
Oh, really?
Fact check me.
Someone fact check us right now in
And
the
then
comments.
Dale has like a red nose.
Anywho, what do you think your kids will be when they grow up? Well, if you ask them right now, they want to be firefighters.
Yeah, they want me to be a trash truck driver, and they want to be a firefighter, and they both want to be firefighters with Daddy.
Which is kind of concerning if you listen to our interview with Dr. Amon, because apparently the brain health of firefighters is not good because they're like breathing in toxic fumes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. High stress, but
Yeah.
we always talk about how they're heroes, and they want to be heroes.
Yeah.
So
You also think firefighters are very attractive.
I think it's the most attractive profession, yes.
Yeah. So maybe one day I'll be
People
one.
agree with me. I know other women agree with me.
Okay.
No one's saying influencer. No, just kidding.
Okay. Thank you to Cash App for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. When you Cash App your friends, do you guys round down or round up when there's like change involved? I feel like I always do
can't
the
round
exact.
down.
I do the exact amount of change, down to the penny, because I'm just like so particular about that.
Yeah, it just feels official.
And if someone overpays me, it bothers me. Like I don't want you to overpay me.
Don't tip me.
I don't want to tip. I just want to be paid exactly what you owe me. That's it.
I think that's the best part of Cash App. You can be specific.
Yes.
You don't have to carry around your pennies.
Yes. But if you guys did not know, Cash App is way more than just a safe way to send and receive money. Because with the Cash App card, you get tons of perks, like early access to concert pre-sales, plus discounts on everyday purchases at brands you're probably already spending money on.
It also keeps your money safe by automatically flagging suspicious transactions and letting you lock your card instantly if it's ever lost or stolen.
And for a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code CASHAPP10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit card is issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Why don't you have a dog? Whoa. That is a big question.
Wait, they said, why don't you have a dog?
Why don't you have a dog? People, we've been getting flooded with questions about if we're getting a dog ever since Abby
Trust
posted.
me, I want to know if we're getting a dog too.
Abby leaked a photo of me holding a very cute puppy on her Instagram story, and everyone has been asking us to, get a dog.
I think here's the thing about. It's probably the same thing with having babies. Like talking about starting a family or getting a dog, you get like the most aggressive opinions. And also a lot of them are like unsolicited. They're like, no, don't do it. You ruin your life. Other people are like, yes, immediately get a dog. It's the best thing ever. Actually, I would say 80% of the feedback is like, absolutely do not get a dog. It will be the worst thing ever. It will ruin your life. And then 20% of people that are like dog lovers are like, absolutely, you should. I fully support this. Like, do it right now.
It would be a lot of work. Let's just be honest, right? There's a lot of pooping and peeing. I had a clean diarrhea off of our turf the other day, and it wasn't dog diarrhea. And for whatever reason, there was a popsicle stick sticking out the middle of it. I don't even know why. I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud. And it made me think, man, do I really want to do this dog thing? Because I'm already dealing with this already.
Like, we go back and forth so much. I mean, we've been talking about this. Here, let me just say this. We have always known we were going to get a dog when we had kids in the house. We knew that was like, that's something we'd said from the very beginning. We'll have a dog after we have kids. We will, like, after we start having kids, we'll get a dog. So that's like a given. We are going to do it. Now, finding the timing is like interesting. And we're trying to do that. So the people that are like, don't get a dog, it's like, I'm like, no, one day we will get a dog. That is like a fact. But it's just trying to figure out the timing. And right now we're really trying to navigate if the timing of right now is right or not. And it's just something that we've just been internally discussing transparently for weeks.
Yeah.
And we're still really up in the air about it. Like, I feel like every day one of us kind of leans more one way, and then sometimes we swap. So
it's funny too, because my brother who has a dog is not a dog person, and he's like, don't do it. And then Abby's brother, who has a dog or has two dogs, is like a major dog person.
He's like, do it.
And so, yeah, we just have so many conflicting opinions. Some days I think like, I'm like so down. I'm like, yes, let's do it. And then other days I'm like, do I really want to be cleaning more poop off of?
I think we're at the point where it's like we've talked through all the logistics, like what would happen if we got a dog, like how we would work out traveling, how we would work out taking the dog on walks, like everything. We've worked out literally every single part of it, like what rules we'd have with the dog, like how we would get it trained, like things like that. So now we just really need to stumble upon a dog that we fall in love with. And then we'll be 100% in.
Why do I think a golden retriever would be perfect?
That's our dream dog, is a golden retriever.
Because they are just my great grandpa had a golden retriever.
My grandpa had a golden retriever that I was our whole family was.
What was his name?
Riley.
He
was the best dog in the entire world. Like, so sweet. And him and my grandpa, this will make me cry because my papa has since passed, but like, and Riley has passed, but they were just like best buddies, and they would ride in his truck together, And he was just I've always been like so in love with golden retrievers because of Riley. And so I would love to get a golden retriever for our kids. I know they're so good with kids, but I'm also worried because you're allergic to hair, like pet hair.
Yeah, we could just get a robotic vacuum that could suck that up.
I know.
Every
Would
day.
you be able to pet the dog?
I would be fine. I think.
Should we test this?
I could always take Claritin again. I used to take Claritin.
Is that good?
I took Claritin every day as a kid because I would get like allergies all the time, and it's gone down since I got older. But yeah, I would be okay.
Our dream dog would be a golden retriever, but we'll just see what happens. We're actually going to a little pet adoption event coming up. So
Wait, what? I didn't know that we were actually doing that.
I'm going. Are you want to go with me? Me and the kids are going.
This is my official invite.
Wherever I go, you go, babe.
Okay,
We're a package.
I guess I'm going to a pet adoption event.
Why would I need to invite you?
This next question is freaking hilarious because I actually think about this a lot. It says, "Are you ever embarrassed to see family after a podcast talking about personal topics?"
Yeah, actually, yes, I am.
Yeah. Honestly, we just pretend like we don't talk about anything personal on the internet, especially like.
No, we don't pretend like we don't talk about anything personal.
We don't just like casually talk about that stuff in front of your parents or your grandparents.
We talked about very personal things like regarding our loss. What do you mean?
Well, like I'm talking. Oh yeah, sex.
So you can say that again.
Yeah, we don't talk about sex in front of Abby's parents or grandparents.
No.
But we'll talk about that like with our close friends.
We talk about it with your parents, kind of.
Oh yeah, but not in detail.
No, we don't talk about it in detail on the podcast either.
That's true. It's just no, it's my parents are hilarious. Like they
I would tell more to your parents than I would on the podcast, probably.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. My parents are open books, man. We've had them on our YouTube channel. We've had them on the podcast.
So it's
They're
more
funny.
so my family. And I'm like, man, I just wish I could block my family from these episodes. But I don't think they watch it anyway.
Yeah.
So the only ones they watch are the sister-in-law episodes or like if family's on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You saw your dad watching one of the sister-in-law episodes, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, you told me that you saw, or maybe it was me. Did I see him watching the sister-in-law episode?
That's sweet.
That was sweet.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I thought I told you that.
No, I knew my mom listened to it.
Do you miss life before being social media famous?
That's hard to answer because we've been doing this for so long. It's like we started it right after we got married, so we hadn't even had kids yet. So I'm like, I don't miss that life of like not like before kids. Like I don't miss, but I do. If I'm being fully honest, I miss the simplicity of that.
I think the magic of an extremely simple life is kind of fun, especially like the magic of the first. Well, I guess I had started posting YouTube videos, but it wasn't our job. So like the first year of being married and we were in college, we had our own place, our own little apartment. We went on these really fun dates that were low budget on hikes in the mountains in Arkansas. Like we used to go to drive-in movies in like southern Missouri because they would have like a double feature and you would just like drive up in your car.
Also at that time we lived in a different state. Like life was just totally different then. But
so simple.
I do think that what we do for work adds several layers that I'm like sometimes I do just miss the simplicity.
Yeah, it's like. I guess the grass is always the grass is greener on the other side, right? Like I'm super grateful for what we have. I think it's normal though to like always look back with fond memories on the past, but it doesn't mean that I don't like what we have now because I love.
Yeah, no, I think that's just how it goes. Like you can be grateful for what you have, but also just be like there were some really sweet, beautiful things about that time that I had to give up to live the life I have now.
Totally.
So like everything's a transaction like that.
Matt, how are you doing with your hair transplant? Great question. Hey, check it out. The baby hairs are coming in. Look, it's growing in.
Are you so happy?
Yeah, we're close to 3 months in on the hair transplant, and you can see like the little baby hairs coming in, and it's going to keep thickening up. They're going to get longer. In 9 months, I should have the final result. So I've been wearing a lot of hats still because my hair looks whack, but I did recently get a haircut, and that made my hair look so much better because I couldn't get a haircut for a whole month after the surgery. Super excited to see what it looks like in 12 months.
I was gifted that head spa experience, and they were like, we want Matt to come too. I was like, I don't think that he can because of...
Yeah, I might need to wait
till there was a lot of exfoliation on the scalp happening.
Yeah, can't do that. No shot. There's all these rules, like I can't put dry shampoo in my hair. I'm technically not supposed to use hairspray.
Wait, I guess you did do it one time with an electric razor. Is that fine? That's
I
what
don't
they
even
no,
know.
that's what they use anyway when you cut your
I
hair.
can't use clippers on top of my head.
Oh, so no, you
They
can't.
have to just use regular scissors. There's all these rules. There's a whole.
Wow.
They handed me like a Bible of rules. They're like, here you go.
You and rules. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably broke in a couple. They said we
It's
couldn't be.
looking good. I feel like we're starting to see the first little buds.
They said we couldn't be intimate for like 2 or 3 weeks. We definitely broke that rule. I was like, you can't tell me. You can't tell me not to do that.
You can't tell me. Well, I could tell you, but they can't tell you.
Yeah, you can tell me. They can't tell me.
I wasn't going to tell you that.
All right. Okay. If offered, which one of you would go on Dancing with the Stars? Oh, I feel like it would be Abby. I
Why
would love,
me?
Because you're like a freaking ballerina.
No, I haven't danced in so long. I have very little confidence in my dancing abilities, but I do think you would be a better option, especially as a male.
Why?
Because you're a male that can dance.
I
feel
did
like
take
it's
dance.
really. Yeah, I know.
I took dance from the age of 9
that makes
till
you
19.
a really good candidate because I feel like it's harder for them to get guys, and then also guys that can actually stay in the competition. Like you would do really well. You could win it.
That's very nice.
But I do think it would stress you out a ton.
Oh, it would stress me the crap out. But it'd be so much fun though. It'd be like doing drugs, like being up there.
Yeah, you would love to be performing in front of a crowd.
My heart would be like, boom, 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 like it'd be going crazy.
But I also think the fact that you'd have to memorize choreography like from Monday and then perform. No, they start on Wednesday probably and then perform it on Tuesday.
You have a week to learn the choreography?
Yeah.
For one dance?
Yeah.
That's so easy.
I don't know. Your turn.
I used to have to learn dances in an hour. It was like, hey, here's this entire freaking musical number. Learn this in an hour.
I know, but you're a little rusty.
But oh my gosh, having a whole week to prepare is insane. I would crush that. No, seriously, because like
okay, put it in.
Let me say this: when I was in a chorus line at the Muni where Abby and I met, I had to do the opening number, and it's very freaking hard dance. There was a triple pirouette.
Oh wow.
And it was like very hard to like just all the kicks, all the turns. There was that opening number in a chorus line was tricky, but I practiced it like crazy. And after like 2 or 3 days, I had it solid. But that was my issue. Like I could never learn choreography fast because if they taught it, like when you do a dance audition, they teach you a dance in about 15 minutes and you're expected to perform it. Mm-hmm. So in 15 minutes, my like short-term memory, quick whatever, I suck at that. Like if you give me 24 hours though, I can crush the dance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just need time to like get it into my body.
I think Matt would be a better candidate.
Well, I would love to root for you.
I would have a lot of fun. I would be so thrilled and so honored.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Shorter days are upon us, y'all. With, that seasonal depression creeping up on us, it might be a good time to reach out to a family friend or a work colleague just to check in on people and see how they're doing.
And I feel like often when we do take that jump to reach out to friends and loved ones during a harder season, we always think, why didn't I do this sooner? That's also how I felt when it came to therapy.
Therapy has been a huge benefit to our lives. Not only do we do couples therapy, we also do individual therapy. We've been going through a lot of crap in our life recently, which we've been very open about on this podcast.
And I think that's why we're such big fans of BetterHelp, because it is certainly one of the most convenient and quickest ways to find a therapist that works with you and your schedule. Because with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally.
Their therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals, and they just give you a short questionnaire to help identify your needs and preferences. And their 12 plus years of experience and industry-leading match rate means typically getting it right the first time. But hey, if you don't like your therapist with BetterHelp, you can switch at any time, free of charge, no questions asked.
This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/unplannedpodcast. That's betterhelp.com/unplannedpodcast.
How was your trip to Disney? Amazing. It was so fun. We actually did an entire YouTube vlog that you guys should go check out.
Now that we have a kid that is over 40 inches, that unlocks a whole new level of Disney for us as a family.
Dude, he's 3 and he can go on the freaking Tower of Terror.
He can go on Space Mountain. He can go on Guardians of the Galaxy. He can go on Rise of the Resistance. And all these big rides are now, there's very few rides he can't go on at this point. So yeah. It's really, really fun. And I think it was just really cool for the two of you, because obviously I was with Augie. But for the two of you to get to dad and son go on these big rides for the first time. And I think that was like really special. And then it was also just really special for Augie to like, he's so in love with like the characters, and he's just fascinated by Spider-Man. And so getting to see him like crawl up a wall and fly through the air, like shooting webs, like he was just, I literally took a video. So it's so funny because like that's what they say like about parents. Like parents are always like, when you become a parent, you stop like recording what's going on around you and then recording your kids watching what's going on around you. Like my whole video of Spider-Man doing his really cool routine was just Augie's face, just like like he was just frozen with awe and wonder. And that was like, oh, I'll never forget that.
They've been begging to go back, so we're probably gonna go back at some point. We'll
Dude,
see.
Should we go back?
Of course we should.
My parents are going in November to Disney World. And we were like,
might crash their trip.
Crash their trip.
Maybe we should.
They would love for us to crash their trip.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so fun.
Do you ever miss life before kids? I would say I used to, but I don't anymore. Like now, like the parenting thing has become so fun that it's like, this is so much better.
You also just get so used to it.
Yeah.
Like you get so used to not having the freedom that you used to have. Like there's a lot more hoops you have to jump through to do things that you used to do so easily.
Yeah.
But that just becomes your new normal. And then it's like, but you have so much more to gain by having them like in your family.
There's just so much purpose in like raising kids.
But I'll always look fondly on our early years of marriage, kids. Like I'm so glad for the timeline that we had. Like everyone's timeline looks different, but we had like, what was it? 2 years? No, we had over 2 years. We had 3 years.
3 years of no kids.
Of just the two of us. And like those 3 years were just like so spontaneous, adventurous, like honeymoon love, like, but also just like figuring, there's just such good memories. I think back to that time so fondly, but I love where we're at.
Best thing to bring on the plane to entertain toddlers? Probably just your phone. Honestly, an iPad?
No, not an iPad. We do give them our phones on the plane. Like
on the plane, dude. You don't want to have your kids screaming their face off.
It's not
on
like
the plane.
They have free range. We'll download a show on Disney Plus for them to watch on the plane.
Yeah.
Or for Augie, we usually download Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
And
now it's been Star Wars.
Or Star Wars.
We're working through dude, Augie loves Star Wars. We watched the entire episode 1 together. He's obsessed. He loves it.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I think, but also our boys know that we're pretty like restrictive, not restrictive, but like they don't have free access to screens in our house, but they do know that on planes they have free access. And so they definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, I think Griffin's watched the Paw Patrol movie at least 50 times.
We bought it on YouTube and every time he wants to watch that.
Did he watch the Paw Patrol movie on the last?
No, he watched Zootopia.
Why do I want to take him to Shanghai to go see the Zootopia park there?
You should probably.
I think that'd be I could document that too. Be like me and Griffin watching Zootopia on the plane, going to Shanghai.
Well, they're making a Zootopia 2.
And for that reason too, we could watch Zootopia 2. Then we could go to the Shanghai park and like get the big lollipop that it's like paw shaped.
Popsicle.
They have the popsicle and then they have the little paw lollipop too from the movie. They have both.
Okay, well, why can't me and Augie come?
Well, because I don't think you guys would want to.
No, I want to.
You want to?
Well, I don't know.
Family trip to Shanghai?
I'm having a hard time making future plans.
Is it easier to travel with a baby or a toddler? Really depends. Like, are we talking newborn?
It's easier to travel with a toddler.
We're talking about a newborn because, like, a newborn, if they're sleeping,
pretty easy.
Yeah, if they just sleep, like, bro. But then when they get,
especially easy for you because you don't have boobs.
But no. When Augie this was like a year and a half ago. When was this? Anyway, when he was 1 and he like could crawl and stuff.
Oh,
managing that kid on a plane, because like you put on Miss Rachel, he doesn't even care about Miss Rachel at that point.
To be honest, his main problem is being restrained. Like having to sit in a seat that's buckled is like basically torturous for him.
So there's that age where they're mobile, yet they can't talk, yet they aren't gonna like chill and watch a show for 45 minutes.
That's the hardest time.
Like, yeah. So
for us at least,
it was just like a full on he just
12 months. I would say 10 months to almost 2 years was really hard.
I mean, Augie's gotten significantly easier on planes. End of story.
He still has his moments.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say
he's an outdoor cat. Okay, you can't put an outdoor cat indoors and expect them to behave.
You cannot.
We just always are like, whatever you need, buddy, we'll do it. We got it. Like trying to like cater to him.
This next one, car seats on planes or loose kids.
Car seats help them fall asleep.
Yes. No. Bringing there's the Duna car seat, which can like fold up and go in your car and then be like a stroller. We would take that on the plane when Augie was in that stage, and then he like one time he actually fell asleep in the car seat. So one time. So I wish that we would have done that from the start, because if you fly, I think they're changing their policy, but Southwest, when they were like an open seating,
if there was extra
whatever,
seats, you could just pop your Duna.
Yes, we wouldn't even pay.
Next to you.
We wouldn't pay for a seat. We wouldn't pay for his seat, but we'd go up before we boarded the plane and say,
"You guys,
changing soon." It's going to change soon, but we would see if they had any open seats, and then if they had open seats, then we would just
bring our Duna on rather than checking it at the gate.
But if you are nice and become friends with flight attendants, like they'll help you out sometimes. We've had flight attendants before that aren't the nicest, but there's been a ton of very kind, very helpful flight attendants.
Think about how tired they must be.
Yeah, you just never know what day you're gonna meet them on, right? They could be coming off of like a 12-hour journey and they're exhausted and they just don't want to deal with kid stuff. So yeah, it's if you want to like secure an easy flight, buy the ticket. If you want to go the budget route, try to, I don't know, be nice to the flight attendants. They might help you out.
Yeah, a lot of times we spent just like standing by the bathroom.
Yeah. That was actually the next question. Get them their own seat or no? We have to now. Like they both.
Yeah, they're both over 2. So they both get their own seat, but we are the kings and queens of not buying them the seat until they are 2. Like we literally bought Augie a flight when he was 1 year and 363 days old.
Yeah.
And then we switched for the flight home. Like the return flight, he was a ticketed passenger, but the flight there he wasn't. Like, it's just, you got to take advantage of that advantage while you have it. A free seat. Well, not a free seat. A free ticketed passenger.
A lot of these are travel questions, by the way, because we do a lot of traveling with our kids. We have one thing you love about traveling with 2 littles and one thing you wish you could change. Yeah, I think I just love like seeing the world through their eyes. And
experiencing things for the first time.
Yeah, I think when the older they get, the easier it is, I would say, for them to travel.
For sure.
Especially, like, there's just less diapers to change. You can communicate.
We're less rigid with nap times.
Yeah, with Griffin, he can skip naps now because he...
Don't pack as much diapers.
Yeah, so it's a
lot. Way less gear. I actually posted on my story, I was like, one day... You're perfectly timing your flight. You're spending extra to just fly at the perfect time for your kids' eating and nap schedule. And you're flying with all of these suitcases of gear and supplies for your baby. And then the next day, you have 2 toddlers and you're flying backpack only, smack dab in the middle of their nap time.
Yeah, and I think...
It happens so quick. So if you're in that stage where it's like really tough to travel with your baby or your young toddler... No, still travel, because I do think it's good for them to learn that they can still survive and thrive outside of like the walls of their house and their really strict routine and all of their comforts. I think it's good for them, but it does get so much easier. I'm sure some things get harder, but I would say overall the experience is a lot easier.
100%.
Wait, what was the other part of the question? What's something you wish you could change?
Wish you could change? I would say I wish we wouldn't have flown with so much stuff before. Like we used to, this was so stupid. Our podcast gear takes up like 3 suitcases. So we would try to save money, like include a podcast recording if there was a guest in a different state. And then we had like a trip there. We would like take our kids and then take all the podcast gear. And then I would be like hauling like 10 suitcases through the airport. It was just a nightmare. So recently when we went to Disney, we did backpack only. Oh my gosh. So convenient. Convenient. I mean, there was just not that much stuff to carry.
Yeah,
so
I wish we could cut to us in the airport struggling to carry everything and our children.
Stupid. Why did we do like...
No, I'm talking about this past trip. We still had a lot to carry.
Okay, even then
car seats.
It's the car seats, yeah.
But, they'll be in those car seats for a while, so we better make friends with them.
But the car seats, though, you can get these lightweight ones. Those are like, what? Yeah. They weigh like 5 pounds?
Oh, yeah, they're just from Amazon. They're like Contigo or something. But they're really lightweight. They're really cheap. And you can get a bag to go with them so you can wear it as a backpack.
Then we have, what's the best age to travel with kids that you've experienced so far? Definitely a 3-year-old. Like, he can do everything at Disneyland, essentially. is extremely
He's basically
like
a full-grown
vocal.
adult.
Yeah, he's basically like just another. He's just our friend. Like he's just hanging out
He's
with us.
such a dude.
Yeah, he goes to the bathroom on his own.
Yeah.
Don't have to wipe. Okay, I have to wipe his butt, but
Yeah,
like we
we
don't
do
have
wipe
to.
him.
Yeah, I mean my parents wiped my butt when I was 3. Like everybody does
No,
that.
actually, no. At a lot
What?
of preschools, apparently, you can't go until you wipe your own booty, because I guess it's probably a safety policy.
Oh, I guess we need to teach him how to do that.
Well, he's not going to preschool, so
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
his preschool
Hey, we'll work
teacher.
on it. We'll get there. That leads into our next question. How do you navigate potty on the plane? We try to go before the plane, and then if he has to go on the plane, we just go.
honestly, I kind of like when they have to go on the plane. It's my hot take. It's a fun
You
activity.
just get to like stand up.
It breaks up the flight. Like
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we got an activity right now.
No,
We're gonna go to the potty.
I do that myself. Like I go to the bathroom.
Is that
sometimes-
why you go that many
Yeah, I
times
go
on a plane?
sometimes like 3 times on the plane.
Trust me, I know you go a lot of times, and that's why it stresses me out when you're like the
Really?
middle seat and someone has
Yeah.
to get out a lot of times for you.
But if I'm in the middle seat, I'm gonna only get out like once, maybe twice if I'm pushing it.
Sometimes you do it way too soon. This guy's probably thinking, did he just go to did he not empty out at the
People are just like,
airport?
who the frick does this guy think he is, man? he's going to the bathroom 3 times
Like
on
there's
this
an
one flight.
acceptable time you have to wait before you
Yeah,
go.
no, I break that rule. I don't care. I don't freaking care.
You have the tiniest bladder.
I do have a tiny bladder. What is up with your bladder? Is insane. You can hold your pee like so long. I don't understand it.
But I still pee my pants.
Actually, that's true. You do pee your pants.
Thank you to Little Spoon for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. Every parent knows that feeling when you have a failed dinner, meaning that your toddlers have refused to eat what you have fixed.
This happens literally every day to us, you guys.
There's a lot of negotiations happening, but at the end of the day, we just want them to have full bellies. And that's why I have stopped stressing over last minute meals and started using Little Spoon.
Their recipes are made with pediatricians, packed with hidden veggies, and somehow our kids still ask for seconds. Everything's made with real ingredients, no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or dyes, and it's the rare combo of convenient and healthy.
Absolutely so convenient. The fact that they're ready-made meals I can just pull out of the fridge, take off the lid, and they can just dive in. That is priceless as a parent. Oh, and here's the exciting part. Little Spoon is now in Target. Plus, Target has an exclusive frozen line. Think their cult favorite chicken nuggets, meatballs, and sliders, and you can find them in the snack and freezer aisles.
Little Spoon is the mealtime hack parents can't stop talking about. Try their no prep, nutrient-packed meals and snacks for babies, toddlers, and big kids. Get 50% off your first online order at littlespoon.com/unplanned with code UNPLANNED at checkout. That's LITTLESPOON.com/unplanned. And don't forget to use our show's code for 50% off your first order. Do you board early? Absolutely not.
No.
Why do you board early? You board early just to sit on the plane longer. That's so stupid.
No,
Wait
you
to
gotta
the last
save
minute.
that time. It's for your kids, as soon as you sit down in your seat, a timer starts.
Yes.
For your kids, before they combust.
You let your kids sprint around the airport, crawl around on the floors, do
Right.
whatever, get all their energy
Maybe
out.
not that, but
Maybe not crawl on the floors.
Well-
but if they do, because they will do that, just try to remember to sanitize their
redirect
hands
it. Let's
a little
do
bit.
tag.
Yeah, do some tag.
Do
find,
whatever.
Find the playground
Get
in the airport.
wiggles out. Yeah,
Okay?
we love airport playgrounds.
Yes.
But yeah, we wait until we're the last people to board usually. Not we just follow the last person in because they're little attention spans.
Next question. Have you guys ever used a child leash while traveling? Actually, we have. Is that controversial? Is that are people opposed to that or something?
I'm sure it is.
My
but
parents
you
did
know
that
what?
with me, and I feel like that's a safety thing.
When you have a baby and a toddler, and maybe even 3 or 4 kids, it's literally just a safety thing. You have to keep your kids together.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was sad about it. We
Yeah.
haven't had to use it recently. It's obviously better to have just more hands on deck if you're
Yeah.
going to go somewhere with really little kids that's very busy. But I think it's just a safety thing. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt them. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not like I'm taking my kid out on walks with it.
Yeah.
It's only when there's a ton of people around.
Yeah, you're in a crowd.
That you're
in a
I don't
crowded
want you to
area.
get kidnapped.
Also,
or
the air
run
tag.
away.
We didn't do this at Disney, but one of our friends had an air tag on their kid. I thought that was
We
so
need to do
smart.
that.
Put a little air tag on their shoe, and then you can if they
They
ever
can get away so fast.
God forbid, get away. Yeah.
Yeah, and there could be shady people. You never know.
How is it to navigate nap time when you're traveling? We ran into this issue on the way home from our trip because we traveled I think our flight left at 2:30, right?
2:30.
And our boys' nap time is at noon, so we just like essentially skipped nap time, and it was hard.
Put them to bed early. Our kids are not sleep on the go kids.
They don't sleep on the go.
They
both did not fall asleep on the plane. We even brought the car seat. I brought our kids' car seat, our 2-year-old's car seat on the plane.
Best.
Didn't work.
Wait, can I actually tell you something?
What?
I was walking past this mom who had 2 toddler girls that were probably about the same age as our kids. I think their oldest was a little older than our oldest and their youngest was a little younger than our youngest. But like they were very similar, but they had 2 girls.
Yeah.
And they were sitting in their double stroller unbuckled. And in my mind, I was like, what did this mom do special to have her 2 kids sitting in their stroller unbuckled and they're not trying to hop out? I know. I'm like, is it just because they're girls? Like,
I know that's a stereotype.
If we had our kids unbuckled in their stroller, they would be bailing like you would not believe. Like, they would not even sit down. Like, they have to be buckled in to, like, know that they can't jump out and run away.
No, I think it's just like our boys they're all boy, and I know that's like a stereotype, but they really are. They want to get dirty. They want to play in mud.
I know a lot of girls are like that too.
Yeah, there's girls that like there's
but
tomboys. There's
funny.
Also boys that like to put on princess dresses and play with like have tea parties. Like
right.
You have the exceptions on both sides.
Yes.
But like the stereotypical response is that's just not our.
But I feel similarly when I see parents pushing their toddlers around in strollers and their toddlers just passed out like asleep in their stroller. I'm like,
yeah.
How did they get them to do that?
I think
like our kids could be like so exhausted, but there's not a chance they would even close their eyes for an extended period of time.
The only way would be our youngest on a long car ride if he's in a car.
Maybe
seat,
in a car.
He would.
Maybe
in
a car.
But our oldest in a car.
Strollers never.
Our oldest in a car, maybe.
Maybe.
If it was a very long car ride and he was like way past nap time, very tired, he probably. Maybe. There might be maybe.
There's a very slim chance.
How do you navigate a full day at Disney with kids? We've basically just like go to the park in the morning, come back to the hotel.
I think that's the key. Come back for a little siesta. Even if your kids don't. This works great if your kids will nap, which our kids will nap. But even if they don't, I think it's good to like go during the day when there's like less crowds, get a lot of stuff done, get your day kicked off because you're already probably starting your day off early with little kids. Take a break, and it kind of just helps them like. There's so much stimulus in Disney World. It kind of helps them decompress and like chill out a little bit. And if they can sleep, that's even better. Kind of just cool off, wash their hands and like just change their outfits, maybe get reset and then go back to the parks and then keep them out a little later than you normally would have because they got that rest in the middle of the day. That works out best for us.
Oh, 100%. Next, we have some like financial questions, which thank you to whoever asked these because I love answering financial questions. I actually wanted to be a financial planner before I became a YouTuber. So this is kind of fun. It says how to budget with littles and wanting to do all the activities, trips, toys, etc. I think it really just comes down to like looking at how much money you have coming in and then deciding on, okay, this is the percentage of that dollar amount that I want to put in savings. And then with whatever's left over, you got to create a budget.
As far as low cost toddler activities, I would just say take advantage of what your community has to offer. That's like what we've done. Like look at your libraries, look at like your community center, look at like I can tell you so many that are local to us.
Trunk or treat. Like we just went to there was a old folks home that had a trunk or treat thing.
Yeah,
and it was so
that was a fun activity.
It was free.
We're also doing one at like a little kids like activities. There's just look at what's going on in your community because there's usually a lot of good events, especially I would say start with libraries. Fire stations do things, police stations do things. Like there's a lot going on and a lot of those are free. So and kids think it's really, really fun.
Next we have, is it important to marry someone with somewhat similar levels of financial stability? I don't think so, but I do think that if somebody is like in a lot of debt, you probably should have at least a conversation about what that looks like because you don't want to, like if someone's in like, I'm going to give an extreme example, $250,000 of student loans, that's a lot to take on. Like you're taking on that financial burden with them if you're combining your finances and, joining everything together, which a lot of married couples do and we did. So, you might really want to seriously think that through
Yeah. I also think that financial statuses change dramatically throughout your lifetime, and marriage is like a lifelong decision. So it's like, don't make this your, like, at the top of your priority list, but it is definitely something to consider, because when you agree to marry someone, you are taking on all of them, and that includes their debts, their everything, you know.
Yeah, 100%. How did you get started with investments? When I was working at a financial planning firm, I ended up just like starting it myself. I just opened up a Vanguard account, which actually is really easy. It took me like 10 minutes to do that. And then from there, I think I fully funded my Roth IRA in college because I had saved enough to then put into the Roth. And what I love about Roths is it's like saving, if you're in America, it's for your retirement. And you pay the taxes on the front end, but then you're never taxed on that money ever again. You're never taxed on the gain. So if you invest $6,000 and after 50 years it grows to be, I don't know, $100,000, you're not taxed on that when you take it out, which is awesome. Like, that's really, really cool. Love Roth IRAs. If you don't know what a Roth IRA is, look it up, because I love Roths, and I want to fund our kids' Roths too. Oh, actually, we did. So
Nice.
We actually did do that. Should you tell your spouse about your credit card debt or keep it a secret? Definitely.
Oh, no.
Definitely tell them. Definitely don't keep that a secret.
Why would it be a secret anyway? Because usually, I guess maybe if their credit card is separate, like it's only theirs.
Yeah, well, technically, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from opening up a credit card and not telling me about it.
Oh, that's true. Great idea.
We've just always told each other, if we've ever opened up a bank account or a credit card,
needed to keep anything a secret.
So that is
maybe they're maybe they're in a financially abusive relationship.
That's true. And it could be like a way to get back at their spouse because they're mad at them.
No, like maybe someone's withholding funds from them.
Oh, frick. That's not good.
Yeah.
Go tell somebody that cares about you about that, because you should not be keeping that a secret.
Yeah, it's really serious.
Good. What was the hardest thing about getting married young? What would you say? Maybe the judgment? That was maybe for me. Like I
didn't feel judged for it.
Maybe it was all in my head, but I was just like intimidated by that.
Oh, okay.
Like I thought people were like, I didn't want to be viewed as like a child, you know?
I'm going to be honest. I don't.
Which was funny because somebody called you a child bride. That didn't mean for you to hear that, but you still heard it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's a personality difference.
Yeah.
Like I would say that it wasn't hard. I don't know. It really was so fun.
It was really fun.
It was so fun.
And it's funny, like,
it's still so fun that we have that history together. We talk about it all the time. Like, you're my high school love. Like,
yeah, I'm like, how cool is that I'm married to my high school sweetheart?
I know, and I think it's like really, really special.
We beat the odds. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I really don't think it was hard. I don't think it was. It felt very natural. It felt like the most natural next step in our relationship at that, and we just so happened to be young.
Next question is, did your finances change following your podcast with Ramit? If you guys haven't seen that episode, we interviewed Ramit from is it the Netflix show How to Get Rich? Is that what it's called on Netflix? He has his own Netflix show. It's pretty cool. He has a book on how to build wealth. I think it's called How I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Wow, it's been like a year since we interviewed him, but very smart guy, very good with money.
Yeah, now every time I see a book, I'm like, this is my rich life. And I get it.
Oh yeah, because he told us that there's certain expenses, you know, if you budget properly, there should be certain expenses that you can spend, you know,
and I do think more about my relationship with money after talking to him. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be like a worrier.
Yeah.
And like thinking about that, and then also just like facing those things head on. Like I was telling you the other day, I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm being smart with my money when I worry about it. And it's like, it's actually doing nothing for me.
Well, the thing that I did,
and I learned that like those money personalities from Ramit.
So I what I used to do is manually invest our money. So we invest in ETFs, which if you don't know what that is, essentially ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund.
You lost me.
And ETFs, that's okay. Let me like simplify it.
No, you're doing good.
ETFs track an index. So that could be the S&P 500. That could be the Nasdaq. That could be what's another popular one? The why am I forgetting the other main one?
S&P 500.
The S&P 500 is the most popular one. But
did you say that one already?
I did say that one.
Okay.
But yeah, they track essentially what an ETF does is it tracks the performance of an index like the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq, and your return on that investment is essentially like how the market performs. we should probably put something in the show notes to better explain this. I also don't have my license in financial planning. I never like finished out my schooling to get it. But anyway, that's what we invest in. And after talking to Ramit, we started doing automated investments. So rather than me manually investing, we have an automated amount every single month that goes out of our savings account into our investment account and is automatically invested. And it just like clockwork is always happening. I don't even have to think about it. And I love that because it's just like dollar cost averaging every single month. You know it's happening, and one day it'll grow to be hopefully a really big number because the time value of money is a real thing, and I love that.
Yeah, that's smart. Thank you to Nutrafol for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. If you're anything like me, you've seen a million ads about hair growth supplements and asked yourself, sure, but does this thing really work? I also felt that same way, but when I was consistently taking Nutrafol, I went to the hairdresser and got my hair cut, and she was telling me, Abby, your hair has grown like double what I normally see between visits between my clients. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I am taking Nutrafol. Do you think that stuff actually works? And she said, absolutely. Her clients that use Nutrafol, she sees significantly more hair growth, thicker, stronger, faster growing hair.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people.
And you can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard and third-party certification for supplements.
Adding Nutrafol into your daily routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required, automated deliveries, and free shipping keep you on track.
See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair too with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code UnplannedPod. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code UnplannedPod. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code UnplannedPod.
Do we want to ask sad questions again or no? Should we just ignore these?
I actually feel like there's more things to... I feel like I kind of want to talk about some things because, I feel like things change as now we're, getting further and further out from the loss. I do feel differently about things.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Well, let's ask about this. Are you scared to get pregnant again with all the what ifs?
That was the question I wanted to answer because I'm not in the comment sections right now for my mental health, but I heard from our team that was something that was a discussion on our podcasts and on our clips was why would you ask this question to someone so fresh from loss? And what I would say to those people is you probably haven't gone through a loss because when you've gone through something like what we've gone through, you're discussing the possibility of another pregnancy and the timeline on what that would look like in the same breath that you find out that you've lost your baby, because that determines how they go about delivery and everything. And it's an important thing to consider for your own health.
Yeah.
Moving down the line. So I think that they were probably surprised because they probably didn't know that, but this has been a discussion since the morning that we found out about everything.
Yeah.
And that's been something that we've talked about and thought about. And it's something that I feel a lot of hope in, but I also feel shame and guilt. And I feel it's such a weighty thing. I feel like maybe I would have felt differently about this had I not gone through the loss, or everyone probably does feel somewhat different. But when I've talked to other women, the topic of another pregnancy is so layered and complex, but we're doing a disservice if we can't acknowledge that there is hope there.
Yeah.
If there is no hope there, then maybe it's something. It's just we're not doing women that have gone through this a good service if we can't talk about this.
Yeah. No.
And so it's especially you're taking my lead. We ran that question by me beforehand. I read all the questions before we filmed the episode.
Yeah. Afterwards,
I said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine with everything that was said. Let's put it in." And so then people thinking why would you ask that question? I'm like, oh, that's a daily conversation we're having and thinking about. And it's on my mind all the time. I don't know. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. You're thinking this is a reality. Is that something that I have to think about? Yeah. I don't get to continue that pregnancy that I had.
And I think it brings a lot of hope too. While it's still sad.
Oh, it's so terrifying and heavy. And so different than it once was. But you're right. Like, there is hope there.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't feel ashamed for feeling that hope coming from that. You know what I mean? I shouldn't feel guilty for that being a desire that I have.
Gosh, and it's so dark too, because I think like now pregnancy is scary because we know about what can happen.
Yeah.
But then I think about parents that have lost a child post-birth, a child, like whether it's a 3-year-old or even it could be a 16-year-old. Like, if to go through something like that must terrify you for all of your living kids, because then you're like,
actually, I did want to talk about... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. It must just be terrifying for all of your just like regular normal kids, not like babies in the womb, because you're just like afraid of something happening. Like, for whatever reason in my head, I feel like nothing could ever happen to Griffin or Augie, which I know that's naive to think that way, but I'm a very like optimistic person. And so I don't know. I just like reminds me that I always need to be like very protective of them while still... You
are very protective of them.
I mean, I am, yeah.
We kind of make fun of you for it.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with them, like, wearing helmets and all that stuff. But it's like...
No, like, if you think they're about to get hurt, you sprint.
I sprint. I did wipe out on our turf the other day.
You're kind of spastic about it.
When
love it.
I was afraid Augie was going to fall.
Well, no, I will say, though, I do feel differently about that than you. Like, I do feel like since the loss, like, I feel like I've told you... I've been thinking about it. It's like there was, like, a jar in my brain that like this loss unscrewed the lid off of, and that's like this jar held like the things that like happened to other people, and now I am the other people. Like, something that happened to me that I never thought would happen to me, really, like I was always afraid of it, but I kept telling myself, like, that doesn't happen to me, that won't happen to me. Like, I know it's common, but it won't happen to me. Now that jar's off. So now in my brain, I'm catching myself being a lot more fearful about things that I never feared before that aren't even related to miscarriage.
Yeah.
Like, I was on a walk and I was like, I could get kidnapped. But like a lot of those fears I'm feeling now are related to Griffin and Augie and something terrible happening to them, because I'm like, well, this terrible thing happened to our baby that I never thought would ever happen. And now something terrible, like all these other terrible things that I thought would never happen, could happen, and they could affect my children, and they could affect our family, and like, so yeah, I do feel like a lot more fearful now about everything. It just feels like anything can happen.
Next question is, what is something your friends have done for you that made this season easier? And you guys, I know we've said this, but a meal train is so nice, especially after going through something
Meal Train's a website, if you don't know.
Yeah, Meal Train is this website where you can set it up for somebody. People sign up to bring meals through different nights of the week. And so for, I want to say it was like 2 weeks that we had people...
I ended it.
Oh, you ended it.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, people just kept bringing us meal
would have kept bringing
after
them.
meal. I mean, it was so nice. We didn't have to cook or do any of that for 2 weeks. And Abby was able to have a lot more time to just go on a walk or read a book, and I would take the kids to go swim in our pool, or we're just like, whatever. It just like gave us so much more time to think through everything and not have to like keep on going, if that makes sense. That was really nice. That was really, really nice.
Yeah, I think a meal train is like a great option.
And that doesn't even scratch the surface of the things that people did for us. I mean, we still are getting flowers from people sending us those edible arrangements. That was actually awesome because we could eat it. Like me and the boys,
that was really
me and
nice
the boys loved
and
the
sweet.
edible arrangement.
It's like no matter what you do or give to somebody, it's just the fact that they know that they're seeing your pain that you're in, and they're showing up and saying like, "We're here for you," like that. And that can be in so many ways. It's literally like if you have that motivation, you literally cannot go wrong. I really believe that.
Yeah. We also have never move on, but is there a time you would like to move on from this center of your lives? I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm guessing they're asking about like, we'll never forget what happened, but like, when do you think you'll be able to, take the next steps forward? I think we're making progress now. I think I've seen you make some big strides. Like the other day, you just seemed like so much happier. And I was like, Abby, like you seemed so joyful today. Like it was really cool to see that.
Yeah.
And so that's awesome. I think time heals. And I think, sorry, what were you going to say? It seemed like
No, I think you're right. I do think that, I don't know what to say. Like, it's so hard because it's like you do feel good, but then sometimes you feel a little guilty for feeling good. But I knew from the beginning, someone gave me this amazing advice. They're like, joy, like invite joy. You don't have to like feel guilty or ashamed for feeling that in this season. Like if that happens, like allow yourself to feel it and enjoy that. And so sometimes I feel that, and then sometimes sadness just like wipes me off my feet. And I think that like in the stage I'm in right now, I can go about my day almost as normal, but my capacity is so much lower. Like my capacity for stress specifically is like very low. Like I get overwhelmed really, really easily right now, or I get exhausted really, really easy right now. And actually I noticed, I've been showing you, I've been losing my hair like crazy. And I'm sure some of that is related to postpartum situation because I'm still like postpartum. But I'm like, that hair loss doesn't usually hit you till like several months out, like 3-4 months. And I'm not there yet. But I just think the stress of like, the residual stress from everything is just like causing, I've shown you like clumps of hair.
Yeah,
It's like
no, that's
falling
very
out.
common. I mean, stress is
And it's not even
huge
like
cause of hair loss.
The same it's not even the same patterns of hair loss as like postpartum, because usually that's like right here, but like it's not just right there. It's like a lot of hair I'm like losing.
Well, your hair looks amazing. It looks super, super good.
Thanks. But I do feel like where I'm at now, I can definitely go about my day and I can act normal. And feel somewhat normal. But it doesn't take much, though, to send me right back there. Actually, so many people have referenced this. There must have been a video go viral. I think some psychologist or someone made a video about, or a therapist made a video explaining the grief box. It's like there's a button. I'm not going to explain it well, but there's basically like a button in the bottom of a box. And this like trauma that you went through is like the box, and then pain is the button, and the ball is just like what activates that. And so sometimes like when you're so close out to a traumatic event, that ball is going to bounce and press that button of pain a lot. And like basically all the time it's going to hit it and be on there. But as your life moves on from that traumatic event, the box gets bigger and the ball keeps bouncing around, and since it has more space, it doesn't press that button of pain as much. But when it does press it, it still hurts just as bad, but it doesn't hit it as much. And I do feel like that, like we're just at the beginning of like noticing that. Like I'm like, the pain button isn't pressed. It was pressed constantly at the beginning. It's not pressed as much, but it's still pressed a lot. But when it is pressed, it's just as painful.
What are you each doing to fill your own cup as well as each other after loss?
I've taken a lot more time for myself, and like, I'm just so grateful for you, like, that I'm able to do that. Like, a lot of times I could talk about being stressed and exhausted. It hits, like, right at dinner time. And then it, like, overwhelms me at dinner time. A lot of times, like, I can really early in the morning, I can, like, keep going and chug along and chug along and chug along. By like, 5 p.m. is when stress and exhaustion kind of, like, really hit me. And you like basically always take over and like step in for me, and that has given me like the space to like be alone and like journal if I need to, take a bath, and just kind of like, or go on a walk, like do those things. Those things are all like really good like in this time, like any form of like self-care. Got a facial, someone gifted me a head spa experience. So nice. It was so nice. And so it's just like taking those moments to literally, it sounds so frivolous or like extra, but I do think those moments that you intentionally take to recharge yourself, you will see so many more benefits in the long run in your marriage and in your family, because you are able to show up better for everyone.
Yeah.
And you have to be intentional about it. It's not like just like doom scrolling on your phone and you're like numbing out and you're like, oh, I just needed an hour. That's not intentional. If you intentionally are like, I'm going to use this time to like recharge my batteries, that I feel like you will see benefits.
Yeah, you woke up with the kids 2 days in a row when I was sick, which was like really helpful for me.
I hadn't been doing that very much. I was like, I've been sleeping a lot.
I was like, could not get out of bed. I was so exhausted from this virus. So that was super nice. But like the mornings that I have spent with the kids, like it's something that I look forward to. Like I wake up and I'm like, I get to go read Star Wars books to Augie.
I know.
And have a lightsaber battles. And that to me feels like something for me, because it's just like what's the point? Like I just see so much purpose in family, and I see so much purpose in our kids, and I don't know.
Therapy's also really great.
Therapy's great. I love therapy too.
That's been really helpful.
And finally, we have what is triggering. Wow, we're just going for the dark stuff now. I mean, wow, now that we got all the fun stuff out of the way, let's just get to this really dark, sad, topics. I try to make a joke out of that, because whenever I'm uncomfortable, I try to make jokes, but I'm not very funny. Really, I would say social media, honestly, like, there's something with the algorithm, especially with the stage of life we're in, the content we produce. We have a lot of friends that are parents and, newlyweds, all this stuff. And we're so happy for everyone, but it's almost like every single time you open up your phone, there's like a new pregnancy announcement or gender reveal or just
someone's
something.
Pregnant.
And so, and
you
it's
can just
not
walk
that,
around Disney
and
and there's so many bumps.
We're so happy for them. But yeah, like Abby said, you're at Disney. It's like, it seems like everyone has a bump, which I think it just sticks out to you more now and sticks out to me more because we've been through this loss. But yeah, that's triggering. So it's been helpful to be off social media, to have, like, Abby basically just goes on to post stories at this point.
Yeah, and even when I still go on to post stories, the only post I see is always pregnancy related, and like a certain part of me now feels guilty for making so much pregnancy content. But pregnancy is something that should be celebrated.
Yeah.
And it is like a life that is so valuable, and pregnancy content is really the only reminders I have of our daughter's life, because we didn't get to see her outside the womb.
Yeah.
So I cherish it, but right now I'm not in a place where I can consume it.
Yeah.
Like without pain associated with
Totally.
it. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. What was I going to say? In general, I feel like right now I'm realizing how complex of a relationship I have mentally and emotionally with our pregnancy with our daughter. I was talking to our friends last weekend, and I was shocked because I was like telling a story about when I was pregnant, and I literally just used the phrase when I was pregnant, and then I was kind of like slowed down. I was like, with our last baby, because I feel like my pregnancy with both of our kids, like, it makes so much sense to me. Like, that was me bringing you to this world. And now I'm just trying to rationalize that pregnancy, because for a while I felt like I wanted to erase that, or like I felt almost embarrassed about it. Like, I feel like I have such a weird relationship with that pregnancy now. But I'm sure that's normal, and it's just something I have to work out. Because at first, my instinct was literally to delete every video and picture off my phone and off our platforms from that pregnancy. And I was like, that's not right. That's all we have of our pregnancy with our daughter. Like, that is something to be cherished and like held on closely to. But there is just like a level of just like, but what was this all for? Like, yeah, so I just have a complex relationship with it, and I imagine it'll even get more complex until it fits nicely into my brain.
Yeah.
Or maybe it never will. But that's where we're at. Yeah, that's definitely the most triggering type of thing, but there's no like bad thoughts I have towards those people posting those things or people in my life that are pregnant. But yeah, I do feel a little guilty right now because
Why guilty?
I don't feel like I'm showing up for
your pregnant friends or people with babies.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I just, like, I hope that I'll be ready too soon, but I'm just still not there. But
I don't think nobody expects you to, especially after what.
I know, but people have been so generous and kind to me. Like, I just want to return that favor too.
Well, I think that just says a lot about your character that you want to do that, and I think you will. I think it's just like right now the timing. You need some time to just like heal, and you will be able to return that favor to me. And you've done so much for our friends, like before this. I mean, you were always making meals for people, just spoiling people, hosting people, having book club. Like, you're the best.
No, you're nice. I love you.
I love you too, sweetie. Okay, well, I think our kids need us. We're going to go stop recording this. But thank you guys again for being here. And we will see you. Oh, and if you haven't, like, been a part of this community, we'd love to, like, have you here. So if you could subscribe or put on notifications, whatever that is for you, we'd love to just, like, stay in touch. Because I want to say something like more than half of our viewers aren't subscribed to the channel, which is crazy. So if that's you, maybe you should subscribe and just join the club. We love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
See ya.
See ya.